Hey everyone, it's Suffer and I'm back with another video. So today we are doing another Arteza, what do you want to call it, review? Yes, let's go for that. So before we really get into the video, I have to tell you that I am now an affiliate with Arteza. If you don't know what that means, it means that I have some links down below, and if you guys purchase anything through those links, it helps me out. I make a commission off of the sale that Arteza makes. So if you're interested in any of these products, please make sure to use my links so that you can help out me and my channel. Okay, let's get into it now. So Arteza asked me to pick out some supplies that I wanted to test out, so I picked out these supplies. So first up we have this paper. It's a 300 gram cold press watercolor paper, and it comes in a pack of 2 of these, what do you call them? These stacks of sheets. What do you call it? A block? A block of paper? Yes. Next up we have these water brushes. You know, the ones where you can fill water in them and then they have the water and you can use them for watercolors on the go or at home or whatever you want to. I have a bunch of these, but a lot of them are cheap ones and they don't work that well, so I'm really excited to see if I'm gonna like these. I also got this 48 set of watercolor brush pens, I believe. Excuse me, found. Which is just like a lot of colors, a lot of brush pens. So I'm also excited about this because I love brush pens. And lastly, we have this 24 color set of watercolors. And I'm really excited because these are tube watercolors. And I've only ever used pans. So I'm really excited to see how the tube watercolors will be to work with. Okay, so it's everybody's favorite time. It's time to swatch. Or maybe not. I don't know. I love swatching new art supplies. That's like, oh, it's so good. I love it. So here I am swatching the brush pens, and they seem to be pretty nice. They just seem like normal brush pens to me pretty much, and I don't really know what their intended use is. I think I might use them for line art and details and stuff like that, but I'm sure that you could also use them for coloring in an illustration if you wanted to. And here I am swatching all of the watercolors, and I'm just swatching them straight out of the tube. Yes, so no mixing is going on here. I'm just doing all the colors so you can see what they'll look like. And please bear in mind that I have no idea how to use watercolors, so I might be doing this in a totally stupid way. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so time for the art part. So I spent a really long time just searching the interwebs for inspiration for this because I wanted to do something that was kind of summer feeling with, like, I don't know, someone with a nice summer hat and some clouds, maybe a sunset or some water. I didn't really know what I wanted, and I think that might have been my biggest issue. But then finally I decided to do something with water and someone standing in the water. So this might not be the strongest sketch or strongest concept that you've ever seen me do, but I really like it, so I don't care. And also, I'm going away again tomorrow, so I kind of had to make this now. By tomorrow, I mean Thursday, which is yesterday, if you're watching this when I upload it. What? Time travel. No, but I promised Arteza that I would make this video a long time ago. Didn't really do that, and I feel really bad about it. So here I am doing it before I have to go away. So I just kind of wanted something simple that wouldn't be too complicated for me to paint. Something that I would kind of know how to paint. And then, you might be thinking, well, why did you choose water? Because that's kind of complicated to paint, right? Yes, it is. I realize that now. So remember when I said that I don't know how to paint with watercolors? Yeah, that's the thing, and you'll see that now. Not that I think that this didn't turn out in a way that I liked it, because I really like how this ended up turning out. I just remember sitting there going, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just putting some paint on here. I hope it's gonna work out. And luckily it did, so that's really nice. One thing though that really annoys me about watercolor painting is that my paper always warps. And I know that there's a way to deal with this, I just don't know what it is. So if you guys know about this, please tell me. Do I need to stretch my paper beforehand or something? Because I never figured out how to make my paper not warp. Ooh, and before anyone notices it or says anything about it, the clouds are terrible, and they're terribly placed, and I'm very sorry that you have to look at them. Okay, let's move on. The water. Right now, I feel like it's looking pretty cool, actually. I don't know if it ended up looking better when I went in and did more to it. I'm looking at the finished illustration right now, and I like it, but I also really like how it looks right now. I don't know, I think I surprised myself by how easy it was to make the water look like how I wanted it to. Because one of my goals for this drawing or this painting was to see if I could make some more variation in saturation and in value of the different colors, because usually when I do watercolor paintings, they're just super washed out and pastel. So I wanted to see if I could get that contrast in there. And the thing with watercolors is that you put down dark paint and you think this is gonna be really, really dark, but then it dries and then it's not dark anymore at all. So it's kind of like a waiting game. You have to lay it down, wait for it to dry, to see that you didn't put it dark enough, then put it darker, and then keep on doing that for hours and hours and hours. But I feel like to some extent I did accomplish getting more contrast in there and getting some more saturated values, so that's nice. So like I said before, I know nothing about watercolors. Let me repeat that for you once more. I know nothing about watercolors. But the technique that I'm using here is I lay down a flat wash of color. You can see me doing that for the skin, or I guess you already saw me doing that for the skin. But I just lay down a flat wash, and then I try to kind of gradient it into the shadow by dabbing some darker colors on the edge of the shape that I just painted in. And then I let it dry, and sometimes I go back over it with a harsh shadow to just make it contrast more and make it pop. I feel like one of the reasons that I don't like watercolors that much is that you have to wait a lot while you're painting with watercolors, because you want everything to be dry before you paint next to it so that it doesn't spill out into the area. For example, if I would have done the short right after doing the top, it would have touched, and then the top would have gotten blue and the jeans would have gotten yellow, and it would have been a huge mess. And I do that all the time because I just don't have any patience, and I feel like that's what's putting me off from using watercolors more often, that it just takes a long time and you need a lot of patience. Ooh, do you see this scarf? I want it to make it kind of sheer, so I painted parts of it in with the sky color and the watercolor, and then watercolor. Then I went in on top of that with a pink color to make it look like it was like a sheer pink, but you could still see the lake shining through and the sky shining through. And I think that was pretty fun to do. So let's talk a bit about the watercolors. I personally only ever owned one other set of watercolors, and I feel like these are better than those, if I have to be honest. These are also tubes, and tubes are supposed to be better in general, if I understand correctly. I don't know. I don't know anything. But I really liked them. They were very nice to work with, and I will definitely switch over to using these instead of my pan ones. Lastly, I used the brush pens to go in and line it, so you would have some more definition in there. I don't really do lineless that much. I like to have a line on there. It just makes everything more crisp. So I always go in and put a line. And for that, these brush pens were super nice because they had so many different colors I could choose from. And they had, variation in line thickness, which is always nice to have. So I enjoyed working with these art supplies. Yeah, so if you want to get any of these products for yourself or any other Arteza products, feel free to use my link in the description. I will get a small commission off of that if you do. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making this artwork, and I think I might make some more watercolor art in the future because that's something that I really wanted to get back into for a while now. So I might do that sometime soon. But that's about it for this video. Here is the finished artwork. I hope that you all enjoyed watching it. I definitely enjoyed making it. I said that already. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go now. Hope you're having a nice day and a nice summer, and I will see you later.